Hi guys. So for today's video, we are going to be looking into what doors do you currently need to close? What do you need to walk away from in your life right now? And we have 3 piles today. 1, 2, 3. Take a moment to get in touch with your intuition and pick the pile that you feel most drawn to. And if you guys enjoyed this reading, please like, share, comment, subscribe, leave a timestamp, a donation, hit that little super thanks button. All that stuff really helps me out. And I truly appreciate each and every one of you who does anything to support this channel and the work that I'm doing here. So thank you so much for that. And thank you to our guides for bringing these messages and helping me get them out in the way they need to be heard. And let's get started with pile 1. For pile 1, what do you currently need to walk away from or close the door on? Judgment. You may be making judgments about things. You may be looking down on certain situations, or you may be feeling a certain way about other people. I was actually discussing with a friend of mine recently about, he's like, don't judge people's escapes. And that's a very good point, because everybody has some sort of escape attempt that they're trying to make in their life at some point. And everybody does it differently. If you find yourself judging others, look inside for that answer. Where is it that you might be judging yourself? What is it that you might be thinking you have to be perfect in, or no one will accept you? Let's see what else we got. We have the 2 of Wands, Temperance, the 8 of Swords, the Cheetah, the Elk, and the Vulture. So you may be feeling somewhat impatient at this time. You might also be feeling extremely stuck or trapped in some sort of way. You may be overthinking things to a very high level or extent right now. It's time to choose patience. It's time to choose trust. And it's time to hone your skills in making decisions as well. You have the motivation to take action towards something right now, but you're feeling extremely indecisive about it. And you could be feeling extremely indecisive about this because you don't know if it's going to be a stable situation or if it's going to bring more darkness into your life. After everything you've faced and everything you've gone through, you may not be seeing still just how little that darkness affects the light that you possess. There's a need here to encourage more unconditional love for yourself and others around you. To be honest, fair, and impartial in your decisions towards others. Speak your truth and act on your truth. Move quickly. You need to close the door on feeling like you have no choice in matters. Feeling like there's nothing that you can do about certain situations. On that negative voice inside yourself that is telling you, I feel like for a lot of you, this could actually be judgment towards self as well, and not so much other people, but judgment towards self. When you have a lot of judgment towards self, though, it does project out and you project it onto other people too. So then that darkness that you're worried others are bringing into your life is actually being brought into their life from you, if that makes sense. You may be working really hard and kind of overworking yourself into a frenzied state of some kind as well, because you're worried about not succeeding, or you're worried about being able to remain grounded. You may be feeling very anxious about whether or not you can remain grounded when everything's up in the air, or whether or not you can maintain your balance in life with so many things going on at once. or with the decisions that you have in front of you, which one's going to bring most balance into your life. And so there's really just a need to close the door on worry and fear. Close the door on overthinking. There's a need to act instead of thinking. You may have been thinking about things for a very long time, but not taking action on them, and now is the time to act. So it's time to act on what your desires are and what you feel like you need to be going towards for the future that you want to create, without feeling like there's no way to do it, and without feeling like you're going to fail. And tell yourself that you are going to succeed. Tell yourself that you are strong, that you are capable. Tell yourself that you have succeeded in so many ways already, and be proud of yourself for those things. And then know that going forward, you are going to be able to succeed and achieve what you are desiring. You may not be looking at yourself with pride. You may not be looking at yourself like you have accomplished a lot. You might actually be very hard on yourself. You may be just very overly critical on yourself. Sometimes, especially if we grew up with a lot of overly critical voices around us, but even at times when we don't, we can have this extremely overly critical voice inside of our head telling us that we're never good enough and what we are doing isn't going to go anywhere, and we're not going to succeed, or we're going to be buried, or we're going to drown in whatever's going on around us. But you are very stable, steady, strong, and solid, and you really do need to believe in that and let go of any doubts about your power. So that is what I have for this pile, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. I would absolutely love to hear what you guys had to say about it, whether or not it resonated, what you might be going through, things like that. And if you guys did, remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, leave a timestamp, a donation, hit that little super thanks button, all those things really help me out. So thank you so much for that. And let's get started with pile 2. Pile 2, we have the Outsider, we have the Lovers, we have the Sun, we have the Ace of Wands, we have the Zebra, we have the Lizard, and we have the Buffalo. One of the biggest things you need to close the door on right now, currently, is feeling like you can never have the family that others around you have, that you don't fit in anywhere, that you don't belong anywhere, that you're always on the outside looking in on everyone else's happiness, but that happiness is never going to come to you. You may be really questioning whether or not you belong in this world, whether or not this is the place for you. A very small amount of you may actually even be having some sort of suicidal thoughts or something like that, because you're sick of being here. But there's a lot more about this world that you don't know about. It's time to kind of explore new areas, new cultures, new ways of life. It's time to put yourself out there and get involved around you, because the only one holding you back from creating those more intimate connections in your life is you. Some people aren't going to understand you, and some people aren't going to be on the same wavelength as you, and some people aren't going to be your tribe, but that's okay. And the way that you find your tribe is by exploring. There's a need to have more optimism and hope and faith. There's a need to be more honest and truthful about who you are and what you want. There's also a need to free yourself from anything that is holding you back or dragging you down and making you feel like you will never have the connections that you desire or the life that you desire. You're very capable of regenerating at this time. You can fit in anywhere with anyone, which sometimes can feel very hard because you can fit in anywhere with anyone. But at the same time, where do you feel more comfortable? Who do you feel better around? What inspires you? What brings you passion? What brings you drive? Be strong and stand your ground. And know that in being strong and standing your ground and expressing your true self and who you really are, you're going to really build some more deeper, intimate connections instead of surface level connections. You may be able to be around a lot of different people and talk about a lot of different things and do a lot of different things, but what are the things that you enjoy doing most? And where is it that you enjoy being most? And who is it that you enjoy listening to talk the most? What conversations are the ones that you enjoy most? Just because you could be anywhere doing anything with anyone and still fit in doesn't mean that it is the most healthy environment for you to express your true colors. So find the place that is the best environment for you to express your true colors. There may also be a need here as well for you to move, to look for somewhere new to live, to express your thoughts, ideas, and perspectives on what you're wanting and where you'd like to go and what you'd like to do. You need to close the door on isolating yourself. You could have went through a lot of mental and emotional abuse, which has made you feel like you don't belong anywhere or made you very paranoid about the people around you or things like that. When in actuality, there is a lot of people around you who love and care for you. And once you free yourself from the turmoil going on inside, you're going to see things in a new way. So that's what I have for this pile. And I really hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. I would love to hear what you guys had to say about it, whether or not it resonated, what you might be going through, things like that. And thank you to anybody who supports my channel through liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, leaving timestamps or donations, anything like that, purchasing services. You guys are awesome and amazing, and I appreciate you so much. I hope you guys have a beautiful night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. Bye-bye, guys. Pile 3 for you guys. Let's see. What doors need to be closed in your life? The Governess, the Knave of Wands, the Three of Swords, the Five of Wands, the Moth, the Crocodile, and the Scorpion. Competing with others in your life, especially if you have children and somebody else has been taking care of your children in some way. There might be some sort of jealousy or competition going on. There might be some sort of heartbreak. There may be some sort of hurt. Looking at things in a new way. Are you drawn to the light? If you're drawn to the light, then be the light, because being the light is what will draw others to you. When you're in this heartbroken mode, when you're in this defensive mode, when you're in this constantly arguing and fighting mode, when you're in this mode of feeling like you are unworthy or like others don't love you or whatever the case may be, it can really create a lot of drama, chaos, and havoc in your life. And it can have a lot of people walking away from you because you're in a more shadowy, dark vibration. And people generally, in order to have self-love, move away from that. So it's not that they don't love you, it's that you have shown them self-love, and they are practicing that self-love by moving away from the things that tear them down. When you're upset, when you're heartbroken, when there's fights and arguments all the time going on around you, words can be said that hurt and that cut deep and that poison the waters. You may feel like people are watching you all the time too, or like somebody's looking for their chance to strike. No. There's definitely a need for transformation here. A very strong need for transformation here. Don't be afraid to take this new journey. Don't be afraid of the new thoughts or ideas that you're having. Pay attention to what's going on around you and observe the dynamics of everything going on. If there's a lot of fights or arguments around you, try to get to the core understanding of why. There may be a lot of jealousy. There may be a lot of competition. There may be a lot of you may be feeling like you're being watched very closely as well, and like any move you make that isn't perfect is going to be used against you in some sort of way. And so this trying to remain perfect kind of energy as well is something that can really cause you to fall off at the end of the day. Sadness over past things that have happened, the hurt, the pain. If you have lost children, or if you have if you've lost children, there's really a need to stop blaming yourself, and to also be grateful for those that have been in their lives as you have been healing. So that's pretty much what I got for this pile, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I would love to hear what you guys thought about it, whether or not it resonates, what you got going on, all those kinds of things. And if you guys did enjoy this, remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, leave a timestamp, a donation, hit that little super thanks button. All that stuff really helps me out, and I truly appreciate each and every one of you who does any of that. Thank you so much for that, and I hope you guys have a beautiful night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. Bye-bye, guys.